our D, which was negative 1, 0, 0, and 5. Now our y of t should be c1 e to the negative x divided by our v1 plus c2 e to the power of 5x multiplied by our v2. And okay, now we need to take those v1 we found there at the top. Okay, it was this one, the first one. Okay, and then the second one we found for y was for 5. It was 1, 1. Okay, so this is what your v1 is equals to, and this is what your v2 is equals to. So we will have y of t, which is c1 e of negative x to negative 2 and 1, plus c2 e of 5x, which is 1 and 1. And then our y of t, well, this is just multiplication, so our y1 or our y1 of t, if you're putting t here, then that means you need to put this, so let's make this x here. Yeah, x. So our y1 of x will be negative 2 c1 e of negative x plus a c2 e of 5x, and then our y2 of x would be c1 e of negative x plus a c2 e of 5x. So it's just this whole thing multiplied by this, and then after this you come here and then you take this whole thing multiplied by this, and then the second part would just be this, then you multiply it by this, and then you add it and multiply this by this, and then you, yeah, that's it. And then now I think we're given our initial conditions, which we can use to solve. So in here was y0, y0, so our initial conditions, it was y1 of 0 give us a 0, and y2 of 0 should give us a 0. So we'll have y1 of 0, which is 0, to give us negative 2 c1 e of 0 plus c2 e of 0. So which will have negative 2 c1 plus c2, which is our first equation, and then we'll have y1 y2 of 0 to give us a 0, which is c1 e of naught plus c2 e of naught, which is just c1 plus c2, which is equals to 0, which is our equation 2. So we can just say okay, we can just say c1 is equals to negative c2 and make this equation 3, and then we sub 3 into 1, sub it here, and then we'll have negative 2 c1, negative 2 into negative c2 plus c2 to give us a 0. So negative, so 2 c2 plus c2 to give us a 0. So it's just 3 c2, which is a 0, and then c2 will give us a 0, and therefore that means c1 also will be a 0.